In this video, we're going to look at some examples of finding remainders when doing polynomial division, and we'll also look at some applications of remainders and something called the remainder theorem. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so here are a bunch of questions. In each case, it says find the remainder when an expression is divided by a particular factor. Now, sort of fancy way of saying what we're doing, it's called the remainder theorem. And what it says is that when you divide f of x by x minus a, the remainder is f of a. So all of that just says, if you want to divide by x minus something, just stick that something into the function, it'll tell you what the remainder is without having to do the full division. So for example, find the remainder when x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 6 is divided by x plus 1. All we do is put minus 1 into f of x. So minus 1 cubed plus 3 times minus 1 squared minus 4 times minus 1 minus 6. And what is that? Well, minus 1 cubed is minus 1. 3 times minus 1 squared is 3. Minus 4 times minus 1 is plus 4. And minus 6 is 0. So there was a remainder of 0 there. And so that means that this one goes into that perfectly. Now, as we'll see in a future video, that actually means that, well, this is a factor of that. It's like saying if the remainder when you divide 20 by 2 is 0, it's because 2 goes into 20. We'll look at more of that in a future video. Okay, find the remainder when this term is divided by that. Well, we just need to sub negative 2 into that. So it's always the x term that would make this bracket 0 that you sub in. So minus 2 squared plus 3 times minus 2, negative 2 cubed plus 3 times minus 2 squared, minus 4 times minus 2, minus 6. And what does that get us? Minus 8, and then 3 times 4 is 12. And minus 4 times minus 2 is 8, and minus 6 is minus 6. And what do we get here? Well, these two cancel, we get 6. So 6 is the remainder when you divide that by x plus 2. So x plus 2 is not a factor of this expression here. Now for this one, what's the x value that would make this term 0? Well, it's x equals a half. So x equals a half is what we sub in here. So in that goes half cubed plus 3 times a half squared minus 4 times a half minus 6. So a half cubed is an eighth. Half squared is a quarter times 3 is 3/4. Minus 4 times a half is minus 2, and minus 6 is still, it remains minus 6. Add these all together and we get minus 7.125. So that's the remainder there, so they're not always pretty. All right, so that's just a kind of brief summary of this quick way of doing it. Remember, in each of these cases, we've not found the quotient. So we haven't actually done a full division, we've just found the remainder, but it's the quick way of doing it. All right, in this question, it says f of x equals 2x cubed minus 13x squared plus 22x minus 8. Find the remainder when f of x is divided by these two terms. Okay, so this one here, we're just going to sub in x equals 1. So we do f of 1 is 2 times 1 cubed, I'm just going to write 2, minus 13 times 1 squared, I'm just going to write 13, plus 22 minus 8. Add all of that up. 2 minus 13 plus 22 minus 8 is 3. Okay, so I know that x minus 1 does not go neatly into that, or if it does go in, it goes in with a remainder. What about the remainder when it's divided by x minus 2? Oh, not a minus there. I'm just going to sub in 2 now. So that's 2 times 2 cubed minus 13 times 2 squared plus 22 times 2 minus 8. So what do we get? 2 times 2 cubed, so 2 times 8, minus 13 times 4 plus 22 times 2 minus 8 is 0. Would you believe it? Okay, so that means that x minus 2 goes into it with no remainder. Hence solve this. Well, look, if I know that x minus 2 goes into it, then I can actually do the full division confident that I'm going to get no remainder, which means I'm going to be able to factorize this and hence solve it. So now I do my full division. So it's going to be a quadratic multiplied by my linear term to get the cubic. So my 2x cubed sits here, and so I must have had 2x squared there. So 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared times minus 2 is minus 4x squared. Now I needed minus 13x squared. I've got minus 4x squared, so there must have been a minus 9x squared here. Now what must be up here? Well, it must be minus 9x, because minus 9x times x is minus 9x squared. Minus 9x times minus 2 is 18x. Now I needed 22x and I've got 18x, so I must have had another 4x here, which means this must be 4, because 4 times x is 4x. And finally, 4 times minus 2 is minus 8. Quick check. Yep, minus 8, so it works. So what I now know is that f of x is equal to x minus 2 multiplied by 2x squared minus 9x plus 4, because that was the top row here. So if I'm solving when it equals 0, I'm just going to do one more step of factorising. X minus 2, and then I factorise this last one. I mean, to be honest, you don't actually have to factorise it. You could just use the quadratic formula to solve this. That's no problem either. So that's going to be 2x minus 1 and x minus 4, because minus x minus 8x gives me that, and minus 1 times minus 4 is 4. So if I'm solving this equals 0 now, it must be that either x is 2, that makes this bracket 0, or x is a half, that would make this bracket 0, or x equals 4. And remember, we can check that using the calculator, so look back at the previous video to see how I did that a few videos back. Okay, so there's it, that's our answer, that's the end of the question. I just want to remind you that if you had done the division with this one, you would have got a remainder of 3. Let's just actually work through that just to see what that looks like and to remind ourselves how we'd write the answer down. So if I was going to go and do that, I would be dividing by x minus 1, and I would start with my grid like this, anticipating that I would get a quadratic. So I'm aiming for, okay, my 2x cubed goes in here. So it must be 2x squared up there. Now 2x squared times minus 1 is minus 2x squared. So I've got a minus 2x squared. I'm looking for a minus 13x squared. So I'll need another minus 11x squared. X times what is minus 11x squared? It's minus 11x. Minus 11x times minus 1 is 11x. So I've got 11x. I'm looking for another 11x to get me up to 22x. So 11x must go here. X times what is 11x? It's 11. And if I do 11 times minus 1, it's minus 11. Now, I wanted minus 8. I've got minus 11, so the remainder must have been 3, because minus 11 plus 3 gets me up to that minus 8. And look, that's exactly what we've got here. So remember, if we were wanting to write this out in quotient remainder form, the kind of slightly grown up way of writing it, we would say that the answer, when you divide this cubic by x minus 1, is the quotient 2x squared minus 11x plus 11 plus the remainder over the thing we divided by. So that's the kind of really sophisticated way of writing it down. This comes up a lot more in year 13, by the way, so we will get to that in time. And just a reminder of the terminology, this bit here is called the quotient, and this bit here, well, it's really the 3 on top is the remainder. So it's that bit there, which is the remainder, and that's the divisor. Okay, hope that's been useful to see what remainders are and how to work with them. In the next video, we're going to look at something called the factor theorem.